all
Are you
in.
guys ready?
Oh,
Everybody
Yeah.
set?
I'll find it.
Come on, it's
Yeah.
off
Yep.
constantly. We don't want to be ready.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening and welcome to season what? 7
Feels like
of Off
30 years.
Constantly, your weekly ADD theater and pop culture extravaganza. I'm your host Bamba. With me, as always, is the lovely and beautiful and talented Samurai,
Hey guys, still here.
and the equally as beautiful and lovely Backwater.
Yeah, I think pretty much her and I are like, if we were standing on a corner, I think the same amount of men would come up to us and be creepy. So I think that's right.
Well, maybe that's our future episode.
Yeah.
I am curious. We should do. Let's 3 of us stand on street corners and see who gets the most creepy dudes to hit on us.
And the answer is
It's gonna be
all
without
of them,
question. No,
because all of
no,
us
we're gonna get zero.
creepy
Zero.
repos.
Sam will get 936, and then at 937, she's like, "I'm out. I'm done. I can't do this anymore."
You know what I can't like look this way. It's
I
so
know.
Weird.
It's
It's
so
like,
weird. So I don't know if any. I'm sure all of you watching right now are like, "Oh my God, what are they doing?" We're totally backwards because usually I'm sitting where Backwater is, and Backwater is sitting where I am. But tonight, our director, who after 7 years has decided I'm going to actually direct an episode, has decided that we're going to switch it up. And it's kind of like when they went Ghostbusters. How can we make Ghostbusters and make it different? Ooh, let's make them all girls. Let's move Bamba to the right and Jay to the left. So, congratulations, you're a liberal.
Hey, how about this? Well, congratulations on the liberal. Wait a second, this is news to me,
I know.
except for the fact that it's
I
been
know.
going on
And
as long as I can remember.
And now I need to be a conservative. So
I'm so left of center that you might actually put me in the other room. if
I am
that were-
so right of center because Sam's there in the center.
You know what?
there we go.
I say they remake this show, and it's 2 women and 1 man.
What the hell? First of all, here's the thing. Great idea.
Thank you.
Because that's never been done before.
And maybe I won't be the man, so I won't have to come and do this dumbass show.
Right? But the other thing is like, everybody's going to love Sam. Because
Everybody's gonna?
Everybody-
I mean, you're
Well,
kinda
right.
making it seem
I don't
as
even
if
have to
I
talk.
know. She
Oh,
doesn't.
look.
From this point on, she's like, she is the one that is.
I was
We'll
on-
just call the show Sam from now on.
I was on
I'm
YouTube
in.
the other day watching one of the episodes for the 30th time because I love myself. And
Wait,
I think I'm the
YouTube?
greatest.
Oh, one of our episodes.
Yeah. And
Because
Every-
where were you watching that?
it was on this website called offconstantlytv.com.
Offconstantlytv.com.
Is that right?
That is right?
Thank you.
We're good.
Offconstantlytv.com.
Offconstantlytv.com.
I'm
gonna write that down.
It's pretty much my shopping hub. Offconstantlytv.com. It's where I go for my fashion advice. Offconstantlytv.com.
It's because we got a lot of cookies on there.
It's
All
also
the
where I
cookies.
go for cookie recipes.
Yep, cookie
Offconstantlytv.com.
recipes.
And
Anything you want, you'll find on
Now
there.
I want to go to offconstantlytv.com.
And it's also the website where I go and watch myself because, let's face it, I'm the comic relief of the show. And
Obviously.
so when I want to laugh,
Obviously.
when I want
You look at yourself. Sometimes you just look at yourself in the mirror.
really laugh, I look at myself and I watch myself, and I do not like sitting in the seat because I can see my reflection in the mirror, and
and now I can see
playing to
nothing.
that reflection
I can
right
see
now.
nothing. So like literally, I don't see anything that's going on in the booth right now, and it's so delightful
Yeah?
because all I can do is focus on you.
Oh,
I mean, now I can, and if I just like, occasionally I look over at him, but really,
Again, we're kind of the same though. Again, like we're both lovely
Yeah.
and beautiful.
We both don't
both
shut
like
up.
Jason, we don't shut up. No,
Yeah.
we never let you say anything. So
Wait, what?
It's like the same thing as always. So
Yeah.
it's just different
great.
sides.
Yeah.
All right, offconstantlytv.com.
Hashtag me too, huh?
Oh, no.
Topic.
So, welcome to season 7, first episode. I can't believe people, let's be honest, nobody's actually watching this. So, but if they wanted to, they go to www.offconstantlytv.com.
And they would write comments about.
I thought it was
Lovely Sam.
wcw.offconstantlytv.com.
The world.
No?
World Championship Wrestling.
World, thank you. I'm like, I
Offconstantly.
forgot what.
Oh, wow. You didn't know something I was talking
No,
about.
you-
Welcome.
I-
Welcome to my world.
I felt like you for a moment.
Yeah, let's make it a lot these moments today.
Okay, well,
We'll
let's.
see.
Speaking of making a lot of these moments today, we're
Yep.
gonna do something that we've never done before. First of all,
Really?
we're gonna. Not only are we switching spots, but we're gonna introduce the 3 subjects at the beginning of the show. Okay. We're gonna talk about them. Before we switch subjects, we're gonna go back to that subject and remind everyone what it was we were talking about. Because too many of y'all are writing in emails on www.offconstantlytv.com.
WCW.
WCW off constantlytv.com and saying, WTF, you said you were going to talk about X and instead you talked about Y, Z, and A.
Speaking of which, note to the director, could we please make X and Y, Z, and A future topics? Okay.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So then we can say today's episode is brought to you by the letter X.
I'm particularly excited for the Y episode. That's just me.
How come? So tonight our subjects are welcome back.
Your dreams were your ticket out.
Our second subject will be new for season 7, and Jay's going to take that one.
Ooh.
Then we're going to do our Soil Minute, which is going to be called A Little Farmhands at the State Fair. That sounds
Creepy.
creepy. And then our last subject this evening is, as you all know, Norm MacDonald has a new show. We think it's a lot like our show, actually. Kind of talking a little bit about to our lawyers about maybe having a discussion about copyright infringement and everything. But most importantly, we're going to talk to Norm MacDonald on how to handle the success of a television show. So, Norm, we've got some advice for you coming up. So let's get started with our first subject this evening. Welcome back.
Your
I
dreams
don't-
were your
come on.
ticket out
Welcome back.
to the same old place that you laughed about.
Okay, I'll be Horseshack.
Okay.
I don't. That's the other character I remember. Okay.
What
Up
is?
your nose with a rubber hose.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Have you guys
Kyle.
ever done that?
Put a rubber hose up my nose?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Don't
no.
lie.
I can't even joke about it. Like no.
I've never honestly done well, actually, I take that back. When I was in the hospital, they had a thing with a rubber hose, and it was weird.
Were they feeding you victory pickles through that?
They were not feeding me victory pickles. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You got to get close to a camera. Or no, microphone. Quick. Run, Tim. I know that's something you haven't done in 43 years, but I don't know if we can afford this. I don't think we can afford this. But we're doing it anyway. All right. Thank you, Tim. Awesome. So for those of you young kids at home, that was a little show called Welcome Back, Kata. Greatest show ever made in the history of ever. And it's also our first subject. So Sam, what did you do all summer?
Is this actually a live mic still?
What the hell did I do?
I don't know. Now, I will say this.
I went to Vegas for the first time.
Whoa! Wait, hold on. We are
Vegas,
so talking
baby.
about this. But first, I want to rewind because
Yes.
the only episode they've been showing all summer of Off Constantly was when Jay happened to not be able to make it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you and I did the show.
Yep.
And we talked about
Is that literally the reason that they show that show is because fat old dumb ugly Jason wasn't there and this one was on, like sexing it up a little bit? I mean, come
Or
on.
just talking.
or just sorry, actually participating without me stomping on you.
But we talked about your trip to Mexico,
Yep.
and we talked about the wedding, and
Yep.
we talked about the hookah bar, and then we talked about everything that happened.
Yep.
And then we were mad at somebody, and I can't remember.
Aaron.
Aaron. Aaron.
Aaron.
She does again. You can't even say it without being angry.
I know.
Aaron!
The best part is that wasn't even her name.
Then I find out later that wasn't even her name. But that is literally how awesome that show was. I look back on that show with such fondness. And I'm sad that you weren't here. But at the same time, I'm grateful you weren't because that was some quality television.
Well,
Actually,
QT.
So-
I might actually watch that one.
Wow.
You should because it is. Sam is hysterical when she gets upset and talks about the story, and I don't. It's definitely worth watching.
I'll have to relive that because I
So
completely
you went
forgot.
to Las Vegas,
I was in Vegas.
okay, and tell us.
Bachelorette party. Got pretty.
Oh my God! So you were not only in Vegas, you were in Vegas for a bachelorette party.
Yeah, I could have just left my husband for a man named Ernesto, but I've decided to come back to reality and
You kind of have a
Come
thing
back
with
to Minnesota.
Jason's, so I think this
Yeah.
Ernesto guy is kind of out of your
Yeah.
name wheelhouse.
So, but I'm curious if there really was a person named
So
Ernesto.
okay, no,
no, there was.
Okay.
There was. Okay, so let's get
stop.
yeah, please,
Time out,
please.
time out,
Let's-
time out,
let's-
time out.
His name was Ernesto.
Okay.
So was he?
How do we meet Ernesto?
Yes. Was he part of a group?
No.
He's just a dude who
did
like.
he pick you out of the crowd?
I went to go get a Corona.
Okay.
And he said that is not a real drink to be drinking in Vegas.
So what did he want you to buy?
Well, then I just got Tito's and tonic all night. So
And
a good
was
deal.
he drinking that? What is a real drink to
So
him?
there was a
it was Tito's and tonic.
That's his. Okay.
Yeah.
That was
Ernesto,
his drink.
what was Ernesto's deal?
Was he a bartender?
No.
He was a patron
Yeah.
at a club.
Yeah.
What club?
Ooh, it was the one at the MGM. It was
I
a
know
club
at
at
one
the
point
MGM.
MGM had New
I
York,
know-
New York, but I don't think that. or
No.
maybe
The
that was-
Boom guys got a restaurant there, or Bam. What was his name?
Okay.
Ernesto?
No, Bam.
Margera?
Who?
Oh, Emerald.
Emerald Lagasse.
So,
No, not Bam
So
Margera.
How many
Emerald's
people were
got
at the
a
bachelorette
restaurant
party?
There that wasn't there.
No.
how many? No, this,
I don't know.
Emerald does not have a nightclub. They were at basically
he
like
has
a
a
dance
restaurant.
club, right?
Yeah, we were at the dance club.
Okay.
You know, you show up
So,
at midnight.
Let's set the scene. So you're all like, we've been drinking all night. You're with your ladies. Now who's getting married?
Are you with all the
A
single
friend.
ladies?
And is it?
like, no,
How many of
something.
there are you?
It's like 12.
Do they all look like you?
I mean, I was one of the only blondes.
So he picked you out of the crowd because you look.
I was by myself getting the drink.
Okay.
It's
so
like when a
Where are we going with?
sick,
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
when a pack of like gazelles are running
Right.
around and the one gets away a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's when the Armandos strike
Okay. So
and say,
you
no,
walk
no,
up
no.
to the bar. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is how the hell does Armando, like, starts talking to you?
He just,
So
I
you're
ordered a
both
Corona and he
standing-
said, that's not a drink to get in Vegas.
So he's standing next to you,
Yeah.
and you're like, "You pretentious bastard."
I
No,
said,
that's-
I don't know. I've had a lot of alcohol. I thought it would be good to, take
I-
it easy and switch to some light beer.
Okay.
And Armando was like, no, no, no.
It's Ernesto.
Or not.
Armando was like, let me introduce you to my friend Ernesto.
Did he
And
say?
then
He's from
Ernesto-
Chicago.
So he
Hey, I'm walking over here.
So
I'm
he
from
was like,
Chicago.
Hey, my name's Ernesto. I don't drink beer often, but when I do, I prefer Dos
Hey,
Equis.
Basically.
I like my drinks with cheese on the bottom. Hey, over here.
Okay.
Clearly,
so-
these guys have never talked to a woman at the bar.
Me?
Ooh.
You guys.
I barely.
I've been married for 47 years.
And I'm not,
Exactly.
Not only have I never talked to a woman, I'm not talking to one right now. I'm talking to him.
Last
Through
time
you.
I dated, the internet did not exist.
I gotta say, Ernesto's game.
So no
strong.
Ernestos.
Ernesto had a strong game.
That was a good move, don't you think? To say, no, come on.
Well, here we are.
Go back
How
to
many months
liquor.
later?
2.
2
10
months
minutes.
later, talking about Ernesto.
All
10
right.
minutes, we haven't even gone past the first subject.
All right.
So,
That's a good story.
we hit,
Yes.
okay,
We're
so
back to
Ernesto's
Ernesto.
hitting on you.
A little
Does
bit,
he
yeah.
know you're married?
Yeah, he said I'm not a home wrecker. And so I was like, well, that's
Because,
good.
so then you went like, maybe? Or
I
no?
just was, he's like, I was just talking to him. You don't have to be like,
Was
what is
Ernesto-
everything doesn't have to be about hooking up.
No,
See,
no, no,
Ernesto's game is
But
this.
in this world that we live in
He's not
now,
a home wrecker, but she's with other women. So it's possible one of them is single, and
True.
Ernesto's game is strong. He's from Chicago.
Yep.
He loves his pizza
Yep.
with a layer of cheese on the bottom.
Yep.
I mean, this guy just
He's killing it. He's a home
And-
builder.
let's be
Oh my
honest,
gosh.
if you're cool,
framer, so he's
most
like
likely
he's ripped,
most of your
right?
friends
No,
are.
he loved me. It was all about me.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, he wasn't into
no,
anybody else.
it's just me.
Okay.
We were going to leave, and all of a sudden I turn, and there's Ernesto. And he's like, so are you going to give me your number? I'm like, Ernesto, I'm not going to play games with you.
I love the fact that he says, "I'm not a home wrecker." However,
But are you gonna give me your number?
This was a while after, you know?
give me
Because you've made a connection.
your
now.
number,
It
because
wasn't just
we've-
don't get the corona.
We've already made love
Now
in
it's
the
like
bathroom.
yes. So,
And I want to make sure that if
And
anything happens,
when
that
that
I'm a
happens in
responsible
Vegas,
adult and I take care of my child that was
have to
conceived in a
tip
bathroom in Vegas.
The guy that hands you the freaking napkins, you gotta tip him too.
I went to Vegas not that long ago.
And
And let's hear more about your story.
Okay.
is there an
I
Ernesto?
went up to the bar and this guy named Ernesto said, "Get out of here! You're a pig!" And I said, "Okay, I'm going home."
Not nearly as good
I
of a
went up
story.
and I went up to we got in very late at night, and then I went up to the bar and paid like $15 for 2 drinks or $20.
Let's
I know,
go there.
I'm
Let's
dumb.
talk about that.
I'm
You give him free pens.
I was in Vegas, right? In February. And I ordered a Captain Coke at a bar that we were walking down on the strip. I'm just like, I'm in Vegas. We can walk around with drinks. I'm going to get a drink.
Wow.
So I get a drink. And she says $18. And I said, no, I just wanted one. And she went,
20.
7 minutes. Okay. We got to go to the
were
topic.
you surprised by the prices of the beverages?
You
You
don't
see,
pay,
this is what you do.
gamble and get free drinks.
This is also what you do.
Okay.
You go to Walgreens, you get all the booze, you put it in your bathtub, you fill it with ice, and then you just drink in your room.
And you fill it with Ernesto. And you got yourself a little Chicago Slammy.
So, okay.
I
Wow.
really just want to talk about this trip. with
Ernesto,
her.
right? Why must we move on? All right, fine.
It says
So
try to come back to the
talking
topic.
about interesting
We're
things like
screaming.
Ernesto,
We're screaming.
and we'll talk.
Welcome back.
Yes, watch the volume. Watch the volume.
Is it the soil minute?
Watch the volume. So now we're gonna actually talk about the.
So that was
Swim
about welcome back right
That
there.
was welcome
and
back
now
in Vegas. We're so coming back to Ernesto. So I
All I
am
wanna
going
talk
to
about-
now.
This season
Speaking
7.
of Ernesto.
Season 7, Ernesto season.
This is the Ernesto. Somewhere there's a guy that's gonna eventually be accidentally watching.
Like I'm.
he had game.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I need to.
He
hear
made me
more
feel
about
safe.
Ernesto.
You know.
Was he an older gentleman or?
Yeah, I was like 32.
Oh,
36.
yeah, he's like 32. All right. Well, on that note, speaking of old men, we're gonna go to the Soil Minute on Little Farm Hands at the State Fair. Take it, W.
Are we sure that?
Bamba.
That's what
No,
it says.
thank you.
I went to Little Farm Hands at the
Wait.
state fair,
We're talking about farm hands. You must be wearing the
And-
cowbucker.
and geez, I thought your head was bigger.
That's what she
That's
said.
what she said.
So I went to, this summer, I helped out with the Little
Nobody
Farm
ever said
Hands
that to Ernesto.
at the Minnesota State Fair. You guys familiar with what that is?
We are. It's the Cub Foods.
Yeah, it's a little thing where the kids pretend to be farmers. They eventually harvest something, sell their product at the farmer's market. They get something, they go to the Cub Food store, and they get to buy something with the Cub Foods money. So anyway, after they do that, they come into the building, And what waits them is an exhibit on soil. And that's where I
Ooh.
worked. I helped kids texture soil, and I helped them look at all the life in the soil, how there's so much biology. We had this stand where there was a bunch of soil, and we had these bugs under plexiglass, so they would scrape away the soil, and they'd see the bugs, and they'd scream because we put tropical bugs in there. They were like the
Tropical
size
bugs.
of your hand. But it was a pretty good
Were they
thing.
alive?
And that's what, no, they weren't. That's what I did this summer.
You should
I
put
helped out
live
at
bugs.
Little Farm Hands at the state fair.
Awesome.
So, back to you, Bamba.
All right, I
No,
have breaking news. Wait, okay, follow-up question, then I have breaking news.
Did any of the kids, when they saw the bug, scream and cry and not come back?
No crying, but screaming.
Okay. What happened? You know what?
Breaking news on
You
a
might be able to
news.
see pictures at
The
offconstantlytv.com.
The
Would you be
Minnesota
able to?
Vikings just
I think I can arrange
released
that.
kicker Daniel Carlson.
Aw.
Wow.
Why are you laughing?
I think most of the world found out about this weeks ago.
Huh?
That's like 8 hours ago.
Oh, it just said breaking news.
Oh, they really did?
Some of us have lives and
It's
jobs
also-
and work.
You're
don't, like-
laughing because he's breaking news
He's
8
been-
hours ago.
he's been
this
sitting
is
here-
not going to be aired for 2 months.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean,
Hello.
literally at this point, the
I
guy,
already have let go of
the guy will have signed with the
Thank you,
Packers.
W.
The guy will have signed with the Packers and kicked on us to beat us down the road. Okay, 3 minutes. All right.
3 minutes. All right, so, Jay, will you please go over what we're doing new in season 7?
Yeah, if I get that card.
And then you're, okay. Oh, sorry.
Bring back Anderson. All right. So,
Carlson.
Wow.
for season
Poor
7,
guy.
It's the NFL. You have one job to do.
what? Am I just reading this?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Coming up next week, we're going to have what?
okay,
Breaking news.
we are going to have the water episode.
Water episode.
Water episode.
Ooh.
Water, important. You know what? I'm 45% water. A tribute to Kevin Smith. I
Kevin Smith tribute.
to
Kevin Smith tribute. Watch the volume. Watch your volume.
It turns out,
Rule one.
spoiler alert, he's still alive.
Still alive. Thank the maker.
You know what? He kind of reminds me of a Pearl Jam song. And then the midterm elections. Not only, I'm really angling for the fact that we are involved in the election coverage for Blaine Public Access. And then,
Award-winning coverage, as Dave pointed out earlier.
you know, we're an award-winning show.
Many awards have we won.
Dumbest show.
Except season 6.
Most amazing.
Season 6, we
most
call it
amazing.
season sucks.
Most amazing woman
Season
on
7,
television.
Season heaven. Come on.
And Sam.
And then remote control cars and trucks. Now, I gotta
Okay.
tell you, there was a time when literally all I could think about was that. So we are gonna have an actual
Remote control with Colin Quinn and
Actually, I have a remote control board game
Really?
with Colin
based
Quinn.
on that show. I mean,
What was the girl's name?
Kari Wurr.
Kari. Do you know that show even?
No.
That would have been way before her time.
Right, but I
Yeah.
thought maybe.
Maybes usually no for me.
Okay.
Ken Ober was the host.
Wow. I don't know what
Please,
we
Ken
covered
Ober.
here, but we're covering something.
Yeah.
All right. So that's season 7 for you.
Yeah.
A quick preview. And our last subject this evening. I went back. See, director, I went back to the last subject. And now we're going to introduce the last subject, which Sam's going to read. First of all, let's some advice to the Norm MacDonald show. First of all, Norm, you're about to enter a world that you have never, ever entered before. This is going to be
No.
amazing.
You know,
And here's how I know this. Number one, I hear it's a lot like our show.
Will he beat off constantly?
Our lives have changed how many times since the
you
beginning
know,
of the show?
I've been recognized a total
Quite frankly,
of
not
30
enough.
seconds, apparently, because we have 30 seconds.
And it was
The one time I got recognized from the show, it was somebody who had worked on the show for like one time, and that's it. So, otherwise,
Can't relate. Except me and Bones do happy hour every week.
You and Bones are dating.
So,
Ernesto is Bones.
we're talking about Ernesto and Bones, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to introduce Norm MacDonald. I don't know why we're doing this.
Do you
but
know I
we're
have a
gonna-
picture with Norm MacDonald?
What? Do you have it with you? Because that would be perfect for
Wait,
this
you have a
segment.
picture with Norm MacDonald?
How did what? Screw who he's having on.
let's-
We're
yeah,
talking about this.
That show was
What?
incredible, by the way. Watch
How did
it.
that happen?
I went to his comedy show and we took a picture with him.
Okay, where was
Where-
this
what-
comedy
what-
show?
The Mall of America. That weird little upstairs.
Yeah.
Who runs
Rick,
that?
Rick Bronson's or 10 seconds. So it was funny. He took a picture with you. He's an incredible comedian.
Always been a
one
big
of the
fan.
best.
Go through the list.
David
That
Spade.
episode with David Spade, hilarious.
Drew Barrymore.
David Spade is hilarious.
Drew Barrymore.
National treasure. Drew Barrymore.
I want the
first
Chad.
crush of mine. Judge Judy,
Always been a little scared of her.
super rich.
David Letterman. Makes me think of
incredible.
pistachios.
One of my favorite people on earth.
Jane Fonda.
Jazzercise.
Sure. Chevy Chase. Is that your real name?
If somebody fell off their chair right now, I would totally do that. Because it would be Chevy Chase related. It would be funny.
Like, yeah.
That would have been fun.
M. Night Shyamalan.
I said that, people.
Michael Keaton.
The twist is Michael Keaton is M. Night Shyamalan.
Funniest Michael Keaton moment in any movie ever?
Billy Joe
I'm
Shaver.
gonna have to go to Mr. Mom, but I'm trying to think. No.
Great one. Tons of great lines in that one. Gung Ho.
Oh.
When
Yeah.
When he's on the window.
Oh, I gotta
Okay.
watch Gung-Ho. That's such a.
Billy Joe Shaver. Schaefer?
Who's that?
Shower?
I think it's Shaver. To be honest, I think.
I don't know. Is that like
familiar,
Billy
I feel-
Gilman's dad?
That's not the lead singer of Green Day, is it?
No, that's Billy
No.
Joe.
Billy Joe. Lorne Michaels.
All right, well.
Lauren
She's-
Michaels?
She
What?
sounds funny.
Yeah, Lauren Michaels might.
Well
I
played.
don't know.
All right, so we're supposed to wrap this show
She's
up.
hot.
Final thoughts on season 7's premiere, Jay.
On season 7's premiere,
Yes. Final thoughts.
There's nothing on the cards that's going to say your final
I'm
thoughts.
gonna go to Ernesto. We are pretty much season 7 is gonna be season of Ernesto.
Okay.
Ernesto.
Sam, season 7.
I wonder what he's doing now.
With us.
Well,
He's building
it's
a house.
funny you
with
should
his
ask
shirt off,
because
ripped.
while we were at commercial,
Sweat glistening
Ernesto
on
and I have
his
become
pecs.
Facebook friends,
Oh.
BFFs, and he says, and I sent him a picture and said, "Hey, look
toweling
who I'm
off
sitting
right
next
now.
to," and he
Rubbing that
wants to meet
chest.
up.
Rubbing that chest. Just
He wants to be a guest on this show
Really?
for This Is Your Life. So, final thoughts, Sam. Ernesto.
I kind of want one of those hats.
What could have been?
Ooh, we need to get a Chicago cow buckler that has just
A
Ernesto.
Vegas. A Vegas one. And it'll just say Ernesto. Or sunglasses like Estrada, except it'll be Ernesto.
I feel like everyone I met in Vegas had like, oh, I'm like, Parker, or like just like the fanciest names. Do you think they were just lying?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Is that it? We're done? All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Off constantly. Off constantly. They're constantly off. They're off constantly.